Happy New Year and welcome to my channel. And today I want to go on talking about more scraps blocks that I'm working on, trying to get dug out from under my scraps. So please subscribe, touch the bell to be notified, and check out my Etsy shop for my doll pattern book. And if you don't want to download it or don't have a printer available, just email me at dollfashions77@gmail.com and I'll print you up a copy like this and send it to you. I'll have to charge posting and handling, but I don't think it'll be too much. So we're going back to the scraps. And this is a little elephant block that I made, or I was checking out the pattern, and he turned out kind of cute. But he's been lying around here in a box for years. So I think I'll make a quilt block out of him. And this is another piece that's been around here a long time. I made a quilt out of this one time, and I had this part of the block left. And I have to put a little square in each corner. I'm not sure whether to put a block something like this or a plain color like this, but I have to find those pieces first to see if I have any, but I think I do. And this will make another block. And this is another one I'm working on. I was going to make a quilt I wondered about making a quilt like this one time. I made this block up to have a look at it and see what I thought of it. And I may continue making one at some point, but right now this one is going to be made up for a block for my scrappy quilt. I like to, when all my blocks are different, I like to put a border around, sort of frame it, so that I can trim them all down to 12 inches. So some of these borders will be narrower, but I'm going to put a sashing around each block. I haven't figured out the color yet, but so I think that'll look all right too when it gets completed. Here's a half square triangle pinwheel, and this was made up with scraps. This is pieces of scraps. These are strings. So this one, I had this made up, a 9 patch. So then I just put triangles on each corner and put an outside border around it. And I think it turned out not too bad. This one I showed you the last day in my last video, and how I'd made this with the strings and with the half square triangles. This one's a much busier one. I started this off with, when you're working with old fabric, you seem to have a lot of strings. I had 4 of these 4 patches. So I sewed them all together, and that made my center block. And then I put some around with more half square triangles. And this one, in my last video, I was trying to figure out just which way to make it, but I ended up making the red on the outside with the green. Excuse me. And this is all made of half square triangles, and I goofed. I have to take this block out and give it a quarter turn. Now, half square triangles can be very easy to get turned. See, it should go like this. It goes sort of, and this one should come around like this. So I'll have to change that. Now this is that one that I was showing in my last video. This is some embroidery work that I did practicing, and it's just been around here. I don't know whether to put it in this quilt or leave it out. But anyway, I finished this block up anyway. This is a good way, if you're practicing some of your embroidery work with your machines and you don't know what to do with the practice pieces, do something like this. Make a quilt out of them. Better than just leaving them sit in a container. And this is another 9 patch with scrappy pieces in the corners. This one, I think when I was ironing, I got a little crooked here, but I have to trim this down to size. These are all little little squares, and they were lying around, so I thought make a 4 patch. And I showed you this one before, and I still haven't got a border around it. I need something. I don't know whether to go with the blue or the light, or yeah, I would prefer to have something this dark, maybe with a yellow cornerstone. So I'll have to look for a little, go through my scraps. This is one that I started out with. I had this, so I just kept expanding on it. This was a 9 patch that they call it a disappearing 9 patch, but I ended up with a 9 patch in the center. And this one, you've seen that one. And then I have this one. What did I do with this? So, anyway, that's my quilt blocks so far. I still have some more, and I'll show you when I get them done. I will be back with dolls before too long. I have a doll that a friend of mine wants a new dress for, so I told her I would make her one. It's as old as she is. I'm not sure of her age, but she's not 16 any longer. And So be sure and check out my Etsy shop for my sewing pattern book. There's just so many different ways or styles of dolls and things in here, and how to make a bunch of different petticoats and pants. It's all in here. If you would like a copy, email me at dollfashions77@gmail.com, and I will send you a copy of it made up like this, but you will have to pay shipping and handling. Sorry about that. And please subscribe, touch the bell to be notified. Follow me on Instagram. And thanks so much for watching. Bye now, and Happy New Year.